Mondays. I am the Rotted Zombie, joined tonight by Memnarch, and we're bringing you some excellent Last Hero Standing wild action. Mem, what are your early thoughts before we hop into this first game?
I mean, last year was standing's an interesting format. I haven't casted much of that or played much of it in the wild or at all, really. So we're going to see some rather different decks and strategies than what we do in Conquest. So I'm really excited for that.
I am
Mhm.
too, and I mean, I have some experience with Last Hero Standing, and I know people have played it uh, in and around THL before, but it's been a minute, and not
Mhm.
obviously since the Demon Seed was banned from the wild format. So I'm really curious how people will have adjusted from standard conquest to Last Hero Standing here tonight.
I mean, the Demon Seed band still has, well, the meta's mostly been solved, but like there's still some things being sorted out. Like,
Yes,
yeah, like the even Reno log, that was new. Like, most people just play before Demon Seed, it was just regular Reno lock, but then what was it? United Storm one happened, and like Evenlock just got so much new stuff. Like I think half the deck's new.
basically, yeah. And I was
Yeah,
looking at my list, and it was something like 40% of the cards were new.
that's insane for a wild
Yeah,
deck.
it's
Yeah.
absolutely impressively strong thanks to United and Stormwind.
Hmm.
Looking ahead to tonight, our first match of the evening is going to pit Tiger Eye against Sunday, and we have quite the lists from them. Um, Looking at Tiger Eye, Memnarch, we have here a fairly standard offering given what we've
Hmm.
seen already in United and Stormwind post Demon Seed. He has a Pirate Warrior, an Odd Questline Hunter, and a Reno Even Warlock. Going against Sunday's Reno Warrior, Linecracker Druid, and Odd Questline Hunter. What do you think about that?
Well, the Druid deck has alignment, so it's not that out there compared to the Reno Warrior. The Reno Warrior is very out there.
That's going to be pretty spicy.
It is
All right,
there.
let's see. Looks like Sunday and Tiger Eye are preparing to battle, so that's just going to be another hot minute. Let Yes. Looks like the bands
Mhm.
are in, so I think we're ready to go here.
Mm.
Sunday's had his Odd Hunter band, and Tiger Eye has had his Pirate Warrior band. So, reminding everyone about the
Yeah.
format here, it's last hero standing, best of three. So, of the two heroes that remain post ban, you need to get 2 wins. And if you get a win with a hero, you keep playing that hero. That's what's unique about Last Hero Standing. In normal conquest, obviously, you switch up when you get a win and you put something away. In this case, you play until you're out of heroes. And so ideally, you'll pick one and just ride it to victory.
I mean, if there's a deck that's going to do that, I think it's going to be Odd Hunter personally. But let's
Odd
see.
Hunter seems well positioned
Yeah.
given its strength as a high roll deck, but also being able to control against aggro.
Hmm. Right. Looks like they started.
Let's get in there.
Hmm.
All right. Looks like we have a very
Hunter.
interesting matchup coming here. We have Sunday on their Linecracker Druid, Tiger Eye on the Odd Questline Hunter.
This is
What do you
a matchup's historically been Druid favored, just because of the armor. You can buy enough time to get alignment online, and then you can just do whatever you want. And the hunter is very limited in damage because you blew up their mana.
Yes. And looking
Hmm.
at Sunday's list, they have all of the traditional tools to
Hmm.
stall until they would be able to achieve the Linecracker combo with their
Hmm.
Oaken Summons package, with branching paths. Um, Looks like they aren't running Ferocious Howl, instead going for a little bit extra removal. And obviously, of course, there's the entire Linecracker package, which takes up a significant amount of space.
Hmm. We have our first interesting play actually. Tiger Eye decided to play the side quest instead of the main quest.
I guess they're going to prioritize getting
Mm.
that online just to ramp up pressure.
Yeah, the hunter deck has a very low amount of minion pressure. It's practically
Yeah.
non-resistant. This makes a lot of sense from Tiger Eye. I really like
Yep.
this play. All right, so
Decent gas in Tiger Eye's hand too,
mhm,
with both the rapid fire and an aimed shot. Fortunately, top decking Baku there is going to slow him down a little bit, but already has a pretty
mhm.
significant ability to get quest completion online.
Yeah, you don't really want to race the quest. Like in this matchup, I feel like if you get Tavish before the alignment, you're in a salvageable state. But if you don't, you're in a really rough time.
Mhm.
Mm,
But already looking at Sunday's hand, they have
yeah.
what they need to really get out ahead of this with the ability to alignment on curve, right into Anacondra, right into overflow.
Yeah.
So Tiger Eye's gonna need to find a flare or something to deal with that stealth.
I mean, he has. I'm gonna get interested to see if Sunday actually goes in next turn with the what was it, the lightning bloom? Because when you lightning bloom into alignment, you keep your overloaded crystals, and when you attack with your stealth panther, you don't get your mana for the next turn. So
They're
he's gonna
not.
have to do.
He's gonna
Yeah.
have to. I'm sorry, I stepped on your thought.
Okay. So that so the blossom into celestial is a bit risky given this board state now because you're gonna be taking a lot of damage with that Baku in hand actually.
Looks
So
like he's
we
going
don't.
in though.
Yeah.
We see alignment. Anaconda will have been played, or no? He's gonna
No,
overflow
no, no.
first.
I
Oh no.
mean,
Yep. Yep.
no.
Yep. Yep. Just order.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. 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 I see it all now.
Mhm.
There's another
Or
bloom.
he
Innervate.
looks like he's gonna go. He's going for the win with this line. He,
Unfortunately, did not find any further draw.
yeah. Or mana
That's
ramp.
rough.
Yeah.
Anaconda. Can he? Can Tiger Eye kill Anaconda here?
I don't think so. He has a one mana, so he needs to. Actually, let's see what his quest at.
His quest is at one of two to target minions, but it won't be set to zero.
Yeah, so he cannot kill it then.
Yeah, it's gonna. He will not be able to kill.
Yeah.
Probably not the mana saber either.
All right. So he's yeah. He can't kill Mana Saber. He only has one spell.
Yeah,
I wonder if he's
and
power like. Power shot's really bad. But I think he has to, right?
this is rough. Yeah,
Yeah. Like the
there's
good
the
news
aim
is that
shot.
he has two turns because even if he attacks with if Sunday attacks with the Mana Panther, the overloaded crystals won't let him play anything. Actually, he's
Yes,
got two innervates in hand.
Sunday
It's like
looking for
yeah,
something to draw cards with off the top.
yeah. I think with the innervates in hand, he can actually go off. Look,
That's Earth
you can
and
go.
Scales.
He can
If he
actually go off.
opens the line
Yeah.
cracker,
Like, does he get it? He does get it.
here comes bees, and with one copy of
Yeah.
Earthen, he's going to be able to gain a bunch of armor.
I think this is just enough pressure. He doesn't have to go for full combo here.
No,
Yeah.
he certainly put himself well out of dying
Yeah.
range.
If he innervates out the other celestial alignment, I think
Yeah,
he can
and
just win. Yeah.
that's just lethal on board unless they can find
Yeah.
some way to deal with this oversized line cracker. Do they
I don't
have
think he
any way
does.
to deal with it? Yeah.
He can since he got 5 damage hero power. He can rapid fire overwhelm it and then hero power it down.
Oh, because he's at
Mhm.
0 of 2, and it will set the cost to 0. Yes,
Yes.
that has to be the play then, because line cracker
Yeah.
obviously must die.
Yeah. But then he's taking a 7. Uh, and this is a really rough situation for Tiger Eye. It's salvageable though. It is salvageable.
This would also work.
I mean, he needs to
If
kill
he
Anaconda.
if they aim shot, the hero power goes up to 7.
Mhm. I think he has to power shot then aim shot the line cracker not to die.
Yeah, line cracker.
Mhm.
is going to die here if Tiger Eye gets it off.
Oh, he got it off.
Yep.
All right, so this is actually not nearly as favored anymore for Matt's son since he lost his
Yeah.
pressure.
Looking
So
at the list,
yeah,
Malagos the Spellweaver or Vargoth will come off of this if he
I
rips the
mean,
Oaken Summons.
if he just Oaken Summons hits Vargoth, he'll probably just let it happen, like get the
Just get the armor.
412.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Hmm.
alignment to further reduce
Ooh,
the ability. Yeah, I like that a lot actually,
what
because
if?
the win
Yeah.
condition right now is just buying time.
Hmm. Oh, that's unlucky for Matt's son. He really wanted that Malagos.
Well,
I think
I guess Anaconda can die.
I think I think he just plays the Baku and just hero powers, right?
Baku is the biggest pressure.
Yeah.
Tiger Eye is in a little bit of a sticky situation.
Yeah. Looks like he's
All right.
opting to just clear the board. I like it.
Yeah.
I like this too. Like it delays the mana. Like there's a Jade Idol. I didn't realize.
Yeah. He has one copy of Jade Idol in there as a backdoor.
Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't show. Oh, that's really bad. He
Yeah.
really needs to hit card draw. Yeah.
Looking at the list, they have
Yeah.
another copy of Overflow that remains, two nourishes, double branching paths. That's
Hmm.
still a decent amount of draw left.
I mean, he needs to hit it first, right? Like if he has 18 cards left in his deck now, he used at 12. If he would have held the Jade Idol and just wait until he got draw, shuffled and hit draw, I don't think he ever loses that if he picks up more Jade Idols. Like he needs to race to the end of his deck now.
There's a lunar eclipse.
Yeah.
Just gonna buy a turn. Pass.
Hmm. And again, he is at 76. Hmm.
Is there
This
what's the point at which Beardo would be the most relevant?
Beardo would be relevant on turn 5. Since you play Beardo instead of Tab, or no, turn 4, you play Beardo, and then you just tracking coin and all that. You effectively play Tavish. But if it's on turn 5, think you would rather just play Tavish to have 7/7 on board. Hmm.
So at this point, Sunday needs to obviously get rid of Baku,
Yeah, Baku
but
needs.
then they need to find that card draw so you can create a bunch of little shitter Jade Idols.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, he just needs hero power like what 12 more times. That might be his win con at this point.
Just beat him down slowly. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of value starting to come
Hmm.
together in Tiger Eye's hand. And complete the quest this turn, just straight up play Tavish next turn.
Hmm.
Oh, they already completed the quest, excuse me. Just
Yeah, they
straight up
already
play
completed.
Tavish next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fine. Tiger Eye's under like no pressure
Oh,
here.
well that bio project's never being played.
No, that's
Yeah.
not getting.
All right, so this is where it's really scary, and this is where Odd Hunter just is terrifying because he has 8 cards in hand, or no, 7 now. That's 21 damage
Yep, per
without
turn.
text. Without text. With text, this is
There's one of the
5.
Jade Idols.
With text, this is 21 plus 10. That's 31 damage. That's half his life.
Yeah,
Plus
this is going to be
7
over
because
in
of
two
the
turns.
yeah, plus 7 because of the Tavish.
And there's also a decent amount of the burst in hand because
Hmm.
you see stuff that can generate a beast and you see a copy of Kill Command.
Yeah,
And here
that's a toxic.
comes Toxic Reinforcements, yeah. There's more and more damage
Yeah,
getting compiled for Tiger Eye. I don't think Sunday has a way out of this.
no, he's only like this is the problem. Like you can't just gain armor against Hunter. You have to gain armor and have pressure.
Or just
Like
gain all the armor
or yeah, or
ever.
gain.
Like
I
the
mean, you
max
could
combo.
yeah, just gain 2,000 armor. Okay, when you have 2,000 armor, it's enough. Anything short
There's
of 2,000 though.
right.
Yeah.
There's the Kill Command.
Hmm.
here comes the aimed shot, I
Mhm.
guess. Yeah, or just send everything face, whatever, just do as much damage
Yeah.
as possible. Yeah, I don't think there's any card right now that gets. I mean, there was a niche outline of like this,
Mhm.
like if you had, no, that's not good. But if there was
Oh,
some draw into spreading plague, branching for attack or something to set up like a
yeah.
couple of beetles that would stick, but that's just not happening. Now it's just over.
So he's at 23. He has lethal on board.
Yeah,
Well, he doesn't
somebody
have
just
lethal on board. He has
concedes.
lethal on board plus hand.
So
So
reminder,
yeah,
everyone, last hero standing, Tiger Eye is going to be back with their odd questline hunter, and Sunday
mhm,
now has to win two in a row. You know what?
that's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Well, looking at the Reno Warrior list here. It has a lot of defense. You have a Bulwark of Azeroth, you have the Kresh Lord of Turtling, the ability to get it back. I see Armor Vendor, Eternium
Mhm.
Rover. They have Bulwark of Azeroth, I said already, I think. They
The
have the
problem,
ability to gain life also with Reno, but it's,
yeah.
well, here we go.
I mean, the problem is that you can't put on pressure, right? And we just saw Hunter just rip through 70 armor, no problem.
Yeah. And Tiger Eye is probably too good to not play correctly around Dirty Rat and Mutanus, which are in the list as well. So
Yeah.
this is going to be tricky. And this hand is just awful.
He doesn't want any of those cards.
No,
Ramming speed's
there's
actually dead.
there's
And
Crash.
oh,
But looking at the a Tiger Eye's hand, has a rapid fire, has some other burst, has a tracking. Pretty decent little starting hand for Mr. Tiger Eye.
he almost has enough to. He's halfway to quest completion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and
Uh,
Sunday already fretting for his life total, armoring up
yeah.
instead of playing out an off-tempo town crier.
I mean, if you're playing Town Crier, you're just
You
getting
just,
him a target for overwhelm, right?
yeah, exactly. Just play it later. You don't need
Yeah.
anything out of it right now. Little Hawk Crawler
All right. Shoot the. You get the
does need to
Stonewall.
cycle.
He actually has this full Deadman's Hand combo in hand. Stonewall and Crush and Sarfang.
I mean, I think the win con here, or the survive con, is basically if they can find Reno, great. But if they have
Yeah.
to be able to get Crash down, get
Hmm.
it damaged and dead somehow, and then Overlord Sourfang it.
I
But
mean,
how do you
with
survive
Tig
until then?
I think what Tiger Eye's plan is he never kills the Crush. He just braces it.
Yes, I think that's probably
Yeah.
correct. There, somebody will probably have a way to kill it off with,
Hmm.
I don't know, minefield. It's we're or a Lord Barov. We're sort of scraping the
Yeah.
bottom of the barrel here,
Yeah. He's gonna have to spend his own mana to kill his own minion.
which
It's gonna be
is
rough.
rough. Yes, that's exactly the word I was going to use.
Let's see. Tiger Eye can get first and second parts of the quest completed here, if he so chooses. Has a arcane shot, rapid fire, and an arcane shot.
I don't see any reason to not make some progress now.
Yeah.
Just, I
I
mean,
mean, he wants.
obviously, chipping away is good. Press the button
Yeah.
and then just point damage to the face.
Yeah. Surprised he didn't double rapid fire too instead of hero power, but because yeah, the hero power just goes to free.
I'm thinking we're going to see Watley here just to continue to cycle through the deck as
Yeah.
quickly as possible. Now there's some life gain.
Oh, Ziliax, Deathwing, and
I,
Skipper.
Memnarch, I found a way to kill Crash.
All right.
It's an 8/8 dragon. A 12/12 dragon, excuse me, for 8.
Yeah. Mhm. Oh, I see why you didn't complete quest. You wanted to play damage spells this turn and not to complete the quest. Okay, setting up for a turn 6 completion in play.
Yeah, exactly. So you
Hmm.
can complete and play out Tavish on the same turn to
Hmm.
avoid any mishap, which is probably the only way that Tiger Eye can realistically lose this game at this point.
Hmm. Like everything just oh, man, Sunday's minions just lined up so nicely into Tiger Eye's removal.
Sunday needs to find Reno or something. There's Lord Barov.
Yeah.
Well, that's 4
Oh,
more
he
health.
looks like he is going for Anchorman. I like that. He's gonna Skipper and Crush next turn.
Yeah, I think that's correct
Yeah.
because obviously you can't Barov the back end of Crash, otherwise the
Hmm.
frenzy won't activate. You lose the armor.
Yeah.
But yeah, Skipper Crash is pretty good, and then immediately what? Just play Sour Fang on the next turn. You get
Um,
if the Stonewall Anchorman's dead.
I think Sunday's dead next turn
Oh boy.
because he needs to put 7 to this. He's putting 1 in from the Skipper at 4 and 5. He's off by 1.
Oh
He's pro-
nuts.
yeah.
That's just rough.
He might have to just silly axe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's actually correct.
He doesn't want to do this. Oh, that's so weak. He doesn't draw a card
Eh,
either. He's
You can press the button. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
All right. Do you
So
want me to do some quick maths?
are you dead? Let's see. Oh boy.
Um. Okay, so 7 mana. He's got
It's an
8
aim
cards.
shot in hand too. I think
He's
this
got
is
7
over.
mana. He's got 8 mana and 7 mana worth of stuff in hand. So that means that he has 18 damage without text. 17, no, 21 with text.
Yep.
So
And that
he's
would be that then.
I think it's overkill by like 8. Like he probably could have done 30 this turn
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah. Especially with the coin, you have rapid
Hmm.
fire. This is over. And thus you see the power of Odd Hunter and
Hmm.
perhaps its role in Last Hero Standing. I wonder if other
Hmm.
players will leave it up or if it'll leave some bans going forward.
I mean, you have to ban either Pirate Warrior or Odd Hunter. I think it's Odd Hunter just because this tech's just so consistently good.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for Sunday and Tiger Eye. Tiger Eye wins with the Odd Questline Hunter 2-0. Now we're going to be switching gears here. Looking at the bracket, Tiger Eye moves on. We're going to be moving on immediately to Jailstorm and Oddlaw. So
Mhm.
let's get
All right.
those lined up for you here. Looking at the bracket, this represents round two. So in round one, Jailstorm had a bye, and Oddlaw beat Nops 2-1. All right, let's
Yeah.
get right on in there. Let me see if
All
they're
right.
actually in game yet. Hanging out in the main menu. I'll let them know.
All right. Before we get in, let's start talk about their classes that they brought.
I think that's fantastic. So let's
Yeah.
look into the second round here. Jailstorm and Oddlaw. Excellent. Would you like to do Jailstorm, my friend, and I'll do Oddlaw?
Yes, I will do Jailstorm. Looks like he brought a very standard Mechatoon Druid, a
Ooh,
Ignite Mage. Yes, that's Ignite Mage, and a
yeah.
wait, that's a Holy Smite. This is his Big Priest. Oh, that's
Big
interesting.
Priest. Oh, Jailstorm, let's go.
Looks like a
It, l-
Obsidian statue and a Blood of Cahoon.
it looks like Jailstorm got Nops' memo. Only one copy
Yeah.
of Molten Reflection, one copy of Ignite.
Yes. That's actually relevant to what we were talking about earlier.
I know, right?
Yeah.
On the
I
other
just
side of the table, Oddlaw has a Pirate Warrior, but it's also teched to go into slightly more controlly matchups. I see a Loatheb in there, Stormwind Freebooter, and one copy of Shiver Their Timbers. Moving on, they also have pretty much a straight up even Warlock. Not a lot there that would surprise you. And oh, here's the spice: Clown Paladin.
oh man.
Let's go.
Oh, but he's running two mana cards. Ooh. Not sure if this is optimal clownage.
We're going to see some clownage, that's for sure. Looking at these lists initially, if you were in the player's shoes, Memnarch, what would you be looking to ban?
All right, so I definitely banned the warrior, or I think yeah, it has to be warrior. No, actually, it could be the even lock. Actually, none of them brought hunter, which is very interesting to me. I think the big priest gets the hardest ban you could ever think of from Oddlaw, and Jailstorm probably bans knowing that he get his druid through. Probably the pirate warrior, or no, probably even lock.
Yeah, the even
Yeah,
warlock is interesting in that sense.
yeah.
They don't have copies, in point of fact, of Nerubian Unraveler,
Mhm.
nor do they have a Far Watch Post, but they do have Cult Neophyte.
He buff
One copy of Shadowflame also, huh?
Cold Neophyte's just strong. Like,
Cult Neophyte is very strong, yes.
yeah. Mhm. Alright.
All right, it's looking like chat. The bans are coming through on Jailstorm's side. The Big Priest has been banned. On Oddlaw's side, oh, it's a sad day. Clown Paladin will not be seeing play.
We are not going to be clowning around.
Just
Oh
clowning
man.
around.
Mhm.
Well,
Ah,
that's okay. We're just going to have to soldier on, chat. Last hero standing,
mhm.
Oddlaw against Jailstorm. Looks like they're about to go into the action, so let's take you live there.
Looks like it's
All
a
right.
druid versus warlock. This is pretty heavily favored for the warlock, except the warlock only
Yes.
has two forms of disruption in the form of just Cult Neophyte. So normally on ladder they would run a Nerubian Unraveler just to make the opponent's spells cost two more and them overall more sad with their life choices of bringing druid. But in a tournament setting, he didn't think that no one would bring druid without a hunter. So he
Yes.
looks like Jailstorm strategy just not just ignoring hunter, using druid as an odd hunter counter to leverage his other two decks. It's paying
All
off.
right. Jailstorm has a copy of their Celestial Alignment in hand, and some stall, but not a whole lot else going on. On the other side, Odla has one of his early pressure pieces in Mountain Giant and a Cult Neophyte to slow down Jailstorm. So we'll just have to see how the rest of the cards start to shake out here.
So this actually is very scary for Jailstorm because if he ever just plays alignment naked, he has the very high chance of just getting a null and a giant,
Yeah,
like
just getting
a molten.
absolutely bodied.
Yeah,
Because chat, remember now, that's how that works. Mountain Giant costs one less for each other card in your hand, but when its base cost is reduced to one, it obviously then becomes a free card.
just not a sea witch all over again.
Yes. Think of it also that will work that way with Clockwork Giant, with Molten Giant, anything that has a condition like those
Hmm.
cards.
All right, so it looks like he's playing out the null. I like this. It's a bit of pressure early on. He can play the mountain giant next turn, no problem. And I think Jailstorm's just gonna pass. He can afford to take 5 damage.
Yeah, this is not so bad for Jailstorm here. Seems like this is just the time to slam the big boy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, looks like a pack mule.
Yeah, it's facing the wrong way for my spectate
And
screen. Interesting.
yeah, all right.
Excellent. Well, we'll see
That
how
is
we do.
a very good pickup. Dark Moon Rabbit is actually probably the best pickup you could have had
And
since he can
Jailstorm finds his Vargoth.
yeah. He can attack with a mana saber, escape mana saber, to turn you play celestial alignment and poison his rabbit to clear off the opponent's board. And he might have to do that next turn. Because if this sticks, he's dead to what's it called? Battlemaster, which we see in hand.
Yes.
Hmm.
Jailstorm will know they have to play around that though, so we
Yeah.
shall see how they attempt to do it.
Yeah. Aldous he's got the Shadow Flame in hand, and it's kind of I don't think he ever cast it, but you might cast it on the null just to clear the saber.
That's
I think
exactly
that's
what's coming out.
yeah,
Excellent call, Memnarch.
yeah.
Doesn't clear Vargoth, but
Um,
that's kind of not super consequential right now.
yeah, Vargoff doesn't really do anything right now. Like Vargoff's just there to get 6 more armor off the Oaken a lot of the times. Like the value generates is usually inconsequential.
Oh,
Like, oh, is he
is
sinking
are they
anything with
really
it?
gonna send that Mountain Giant into Vargoth? They are.
Hmm.
Odd lot trades.
Yeah, I mean it's not the. It's actually pretty good because if he casts the ferocious howl, he just gains his armor back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can see it.
yeah. All right, so Because he has the Darkmoon Rabbit in hand, and because
It
he's at
feels more
34
confident
life.
doing this, yeah.
Yeah.
No way to draw extra cards right now in Jailstorm's hand, but the ability to
Yeah.
answer big giants that are about to come down. So we're going to see that Darkmoon Rabbit this turn.
Oh, this Darkmoon Rabbit's gonna pay for itself
Yes.
so many times over right
In
now.
fact, that is the only thing that Jailstorm can play, and
Yeah.
full clear Odd Law.
Oh yeah. All I emotes. That's all I can do against the Darkmoon Rabbit menace.
Finds a gold Chernobyl off the top, so that's free.
That's free. Yeah. Let's see here. So he gets to play 2 more cards. I think he needs a Raise
Yeah.
Dead, right? No, wait, no, Raise Dead doesn't work.
Well, Raise Dead, I could find the mountain giants that have died,
Hmm.
which would
I mean,
be.
they cost full mana
They would
though.
cost full value. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right, because they were not in the deck
Hmm.
when Celestial Alignment was cast. Ah, there it
Hmm.
is again.
So this is the really hard part for the Druid. The Druid's got nothing.
There's a
Cool.
Nourish.
Well,
So he's gonna go in a little bit.
I think he's gonna draw with it if he plays the Lightning
I
Boom
I
first.
think he absolutely is drawing with that. Yeah,
Yeah. Uh,
I think we're actually gonna see the other bloom here, and he's just gonna spend his resources and just try to gain armor and dig. There's another Nourish.
you almost have to ramp that so you have mana next turn, right?
He is ramping and will
Mhm.
play the
Yeah.
Wrath. No, yeah, he's ramping. Yeah,
Mhm.
he's gonna do double Wrath to kill off the Battleground Battlemaster.
Oh, is he though?
Is he though? He's
Or is
not.
he
He's
though?
drawing. There's
There's an Anaconda.
Anacondra, but that's not good right now.
Yeah. I think he just plays the Plague and passes. He needs to
Yeah, he's
hit it.
not dead.
Yeah. Oh, this is high risk. This is
Oh, and then he's
very
gonna
high
immediately
risk.
rip the alignment. Oh, Jailstorm. Living dangerously, he's just dump his hand.
Yeah. Actually, is this high risk? His opponent's just got 1 card or 1 mana to spend stuff with. Like he needs to Battlemaster hidden null, and then he actually can clear it if he Battlemasters the Battlemaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would basically put Jailstorm's day at an end in this match
Hmm.
anyway. Well, we shall see what Oddlaw opts to do. 1 mana. How many
You can
cards
also
do they have
entitle
in hand?
customer,
7.
right?
Yeah, it doesn't clear
Wait, no, it doesn't
Anacondra
clear.
though.
Doesn't clear a Condra.
Yeah, it would deal
Ignore what
6
I'm
damage to
saying.
everything, and Anacondra would live as a 3. Yeah, Battle Mastering the Battlemaster
Hmm.
is gonna be the way that they clear Anacondra here.
Hmm. I think he's just
Dotting the I's, crossing the
yeah,
T's.
he just doesn't want to mess up this tournament.
This is the important turn.
Yeah. Oh, he's entitled customer.
That
Green.
would also work. Yeah.
This wipes his board though.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Ah,
a Mechazone. Well,
job's
he can't
done.
play that.
No. What
Mhm.
about Dirty Rat?
Oh,
Just-
there's no way
no,
he's
just
got.
gonna rip a Dark Alley Pact here, and I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, Battleground Battlemaster. Just set up
You
more
know, he
pressure.
actually could have played Mechazone and like gone face and just hope for the best.
Poison Seeds. Now, reminding everyone about how Mechathune Druid works, the list runs 1 copy of Poison Seeds as Mechathune's destruction condition. So he can't
Hmm.
spend it here if he wants to hope to have a win combo out of Mechathune. But at this point, that ship might be sailing.
Yeah, he's still got. Okay, looking at his list, he still has an Overflow left and a Master O card. I don't think O card draws anything.
He is going to spend the seeds and tempo Mechathune. Let's go.
He just wants to. He realized that he can't win. Yeah, he's just gonna go face.
Yep.
Yeah, face
I
is the
think
place.
I think we're going to see Dirty Rat played here.
He
Just
needs
fully block Mechathune.
Yeah, he can't take the 10 damage. He needs to. He's probably gonna play the
Sun
Sun
Fury
Fury
Protector
Protector.
and just ship everything
Third.
face. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sun
30
Fury
Sun
Protector,
Fury
Dirty
Protect.
Rat, ship everything face.
Never mind. He played Pac Mill and Crash to the spectate.
All right. So there's a bug currently, everyone, where Pack Mule has caused the client to crash. Be going back in momentarily. Hang tight.
But yeah, I think
All right, I'm
the
back in.
Warlock just needs to play taunts for the rest of the game now and just win that way.
There's overflow.
Oh, Overflow's
Bump with Mech.
huge.
I think. Do you want to bump with Mechathune first there, or just?
Yeah, you always do. Uh,
Oh,
um, what's the last two cards in his deck?
last two cards in the deck
You said
are the
he,
other Oaken Summons and the other Branching Paths.
ooh,
I think.
I think you want to rip the Overflow then, just to heal up Mechazune so you can double branching Path and kill him.
Can they kill?
Oh wait, that heals his opponent by 5. Maybe that isn't correct.
Can they kill Mechathune?
The Mechazune's irrelevant. It's the well, it's not relevant. It's the biggest monster they got. So it's pretty
Yeah.
relevant, I should say. But what's relevant, really relevant, is the taunts. He needs to put taunts in the way. Like,
There is lethal represented on board, I suppose. Yes.
yeah, like I'm not quite sure how he kills the Mechazune board. It has to be a defile turn, right? But what you need to put
One,
you need to
two.
put two into the
Ugh.
infester.
Yeah, I was just trying to run the math there myself. This is actually kind of rough for Oddlaw.
I'm not
There's a
quite
one.
sure.
You can create a two with the Cult Neophyte.
1, 2, 3. There's no 4 though. He doesn't have a
No,
4 in hand.
and
This
this
isn't
would
good.
actually then be lethal damage still over
Mhm.
the back of it.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's the two. That wouldn't be lethal
Yeah.
anymore. Yep, 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 yep.
Yeah.
If you do it like that,
Yeah.
so we're gonna see Molten and the Dirty Rat played out.
Yeah. This is a game. He needs a double overflow to keep his Mechazine alive. And when he double overflows, he just dies.
So you
Wait a
can rip
minute.
the Bio Project to just be at neutral.
He This is actually insane. Maybe he just double branchings for armor now
Yeah.
because he needs to.
Well, no, if he
Wait,
double,
no, no,
if
he
he, because he has to, the Mechadon will just die.
yeah, but then he dies to fatigue, right? It's
Yeah, he'll
damage
die
to
to
do to anti
fatigue and
damage.
the 8 damage from the Molten Giant.
Mhm.
Um,
Because he's taking
5, 6.
I think it's 30.
That's it. Yeah. No, it just didn't get there.
Yeah.
Odla takes game one and will be back on the Even Warlock in the second match against Jailstorm's Ignite Mage.
All right. Ignite Mage is very heavily favored because of the no Rubian Unravelers and only using the Cult Neophytes for defense. So if I think that means that on average the Ignite Mage wins like most of the time because of the lack of tech cards the Evenlock has.
Yes.
I should
Yeah,
say
without the
lack of relevant tech
Nerubians
cards.
here, I think the Ignite Mage could just get there,
Mhm.
especially
Well,
without
there's
something like Zephyrus. There's a block, there's a Sork, there's a
he's got
Shanda.
combo.
Okay.
He just needs a fire spell.
I'm sure he'll find one in the next few
Yeah.
turns. It's not that hard to draw one of them.
Actually, let's see here. He has 2 mana biscuits and another ice block in deck still. So it's not one fire spell. He needs to draw 3 fire spells or 1 fire spell in the first flame, and then he wins.
There's a Viper. It's immediately getting
Yeah.
traded back into an inconspicuous rider.
That inconspicuous is very good. So that
Yep.
makes it so that he needs to have either two fire spells in hand to win. Then
And there's another rider. Yeah, just be able to rip a spell out of the deck too makes his draw that much better.
yep, that means that he just needs to overcome 2 conjured mana biscuits worth of non-fire spells. Mhm.
There's a Witchwood
Yeah,
Piper. So we're just going to see a secret
yeah,
bump. Ice block is cast. No way for Jailstorm to deal with that, so he'll just have to pop the block and move on.
yeah. Just peacefully.
There's a first flame.
Oh, that's huge. That's 2
Yeah.
fire spells. You just need to draw 1 more fire spell and then he wins.
Yep. I'm just gonna cycle the
And
Piper and get the other girl out.
so let's see here. He's got coin. He cannot go in until he needs 2 more turns.
Yep. And I think he'll get
Yeah.
there because he has the other ice block in hand, as you can see.
Yeah.
There's a mana
Oh, there's
biscuit.
a biscuit. That means he just wins next turn.
Yep. So
Since
just
it's
set yourself up
yeah.
and ping the face. Or just play the other
Mhm.
rider, it doesn't matter, yeah.
I don't think you play Rider. You play around Dirty Rat. If he hits the
Well, that's an
Sanctum,
interesting
he
point. Yes, there are
yeah,
2 copies of Dirty Rat in Odlaw's list. Looking at the hand, however, none is present.
yeah.
So
He's
lucky for Jailstorm.
got Cult Neophyte though. So you
A couple of
can
girls in hand, so I guess you
yeah.
can it does technically have some redundancy there, and the ability to
Actually
draw the other Chandler.
actually, okay, so with Mana Biscuit, he can apprentice Mana Biscuit, coin, um, Sanct let me do some math here.
Please, math.
Because because a biscuit plus apprentice makes it so that all your spells aren't affected by
Oh,
neophyte.
Neophyte comes down.
Yeah. I think he's got access to 7 mana and a biscuit.
There's a Molten
I think he's
Reflection.
oh, that's the brick. I think he wins next turn no matter what. I think he can win this turn though because he drew the molten. So because he drew molten, he no longer bricks off of Sorcerer's Apprentice because the one
Right.
yeah, because
I think
the
Jailstorm
main
is
way
taking it more
yeah,
cautiously, however, given
yeah.
that they know that next turn they're guaranteed to just be
Mhm.
able to play the other ice block.
I'm surprised he didn't cast the Sandbinder.
Rat protection, I guess.
I mean, Sandbinder draws the other Chandler, so it's
Looks like we're gonna. Oh,
yeah.
he's gonna raise dead
Hmm.
and play both neophytes.
No, just one, right?
Well, he has another one in hand.
Oh, he has another one in hand. Yeah, that's
Well,
still
actually, no. Would you play both there, or would you space them?
you
I think
kind of
you
have to
space
play
them in
both
this thing.
with the Mana Biscuit in hand.
Yeah. No, you're
So
just gonna play the block and just
yeah,
buy one more turn and just go in next turn. There's no reason not to, except I guess playing around Dirty Rat.
I honestly think he can go in this turn.
I mean, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
No rat in hand. No rat in hand. Title customer's not it.
Hmm. All right. So moment of truth. Let's see if you can combo through a Cult Neophyte.
With all the mana that they have available, it should
Hmm.
be fine. Just got to
Hmm.
order it correctly.
Yeah,
All right,
just
chat,
always.
buckle up.
All right. All right. He leads with Apprentice. He also leads the other Apprentice. Oh,
He has enough with the mana
yeah.
biscuit and the coin to play out
Hmm.
the Chandler.
All right. Now he's off to the races.
Hmm. There's a
I
hot
think he
streak.
hot streaks. He hot streaks the other girl just
The
so
girl,
that
yes, and that plays completely around everything,
yeah.
and now he's just off. He should be good from here.
Hmm. Yeah, he had one more mana to spare. He had 1 mana to spare, so he could have gone off last turn.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
I mean,
fine.
it's irrelevant, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a slight risk of the rats, but
Hmm.
in the end, it didn't matter.
Hmm. I mean, it's always correct to play safe when you can, especially when you have the win secured. If you
Yeah.
just yeah
Can he get there? He has to go fast, though. He should be able to.
yeah. I think we were on a delay too, or the our clients are slower.
Yes, I don't have a
Yeah.
doubt that he'll get there.
I mean, it looks like he's like gonna burn out like right now.
Yeah, but obviously we've all been there before on ladder where
Hmm.
it reaches the end like this and you still just get popped because yeah, obviously he queued it up.
Yeah.
One more ignite is all it will take,
Well, does he get it off?
and he does.
Yeah.
Boop. And that puts Jailstorm and Oddlaw in a 1-1 tie. Jailstorm, as you remember, will remain on Ignite Mage, facing into Oddlaw's Pirate Warrior.
Hmm. All right, now this is a very favored. Well, it's not that favored for Pirate Warrior, but he's running Lotheb.
The
So
Lotheb will help. Yeah.
yeah, Lotheb
And
plus
one
pressure usually seals the deal.
I hadn't seen this before. You got some spicy hunter tech in there. One copy
Yeah.
of Robes of Protection in there for
Oh,
Oddlaw.
this is actually very good against the mage too, because if he Rose of Protection, he has to first flame his own Chandler, and sometimes
Yes.
he bricks because he just draws the non-fire spells. Like it's a very niche situation, but it does pop up from time to time. All right,
Go.
final match: Ignite Mage versus Pirate Warrior.
Based on my experience, Pirate Warrior, if they get off to a decent start, can pretty much outrun the Ignite Mage. But
But that's a
you know,
Conjured Mana Biscuit in hand and a
yeah,
first flame.
if he can find an ice block and buy some time, avoid Loatheb, can get
Well,
there.
that's an elemental evocation. He's one girl away from going off on turn 5.
Memark, that's gross. Well, we'll see. The
We'll see.
rest
Yeah.
of be made clear. There's another first flame,
Oh my,
which is
that's
actually
just.
decent. He can buy himself time with it. But
I
I think
think
here you
you.
probably just rip the biscuit, right?
Oh yeah. You don't. There's not really a punish since you have the coin, or he used the coin, so there's no punish of a sea captain.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just rip the biscuit and sit fat and
So
happy. Oh, that's exactly what happens.
yeah, this is like so close to lethal, and because he has double first flames and a elemental evocation in hand, he can use one first flame defensively and not risk the combo.
Yes, and I think
Or he
that's
can
what we'll
just.
see.
Yeah,
He's going to cycle
he
the shopkeep, I think, and then make a decision.
will he cycle it? He can just play
Yeah.
it. Oh yeah, okay. All right, he's gonna keep cycling then.
Yeah. And I
Hey,
think
he
we
just
will
drew
see
that
one of the
card.
first flames spent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yep.
He's under
Or,
very little danger right now.
mhm. I think. Oh, that's a cannon.
That might change
That's
the calculation.
that's gonna change the math a bit. It's kind of annoying for Oddlaw to play can because he just knows he's gonna die to the second flame in hand and a ping. But
Second
that's
flame. Yeah,
3 mana, not developing a sandbinder.
that's correct. I think
Mhm.
you probably still just develop the sandbind
So
because you now have
this
a
is
Restaurant Viper, which can nuke Ankar next turn. Really,
uh this is a bit tricky. He could actually just play Royal Librarian in silence.
if you're not developing the sandbinder now, though, when are you developing?
Probably next turn. Right. Uh
Goes with the
all right.
sandbinder. And there's the Chandler.
He's going for the girl. Like usually when I see cannon, I am petrified and just murder it on the right, just kill it right now.
No ice
Like
block yet for Jailstorm.
yeah. Oh, that's a bit
Sandbinder did soak
unfortunate that
both cannon shots. Yeah.
yeah. I mean he has
So that's
Shiver and
going to be
Timbers in hand,
two
so it's a bit unfortunate.
for not quite dead
Mhm.
next turn. Wait, is he
Mhm.
dead next turn? Yeah, he's dead next turn.
Yeah, he's dead next turn. So he picks up a girl, he wins.
There's
If
the
he
inconspicuous rider
oh,
out.
that is so good.
Is there any way then? I think he's gonna.
Lothar is the only he needs to draw 2 cards with the tradables.
I was thinking, is there a way he can not get popped next turn? This is his second
Oh,
flame, like on the 2/1 or on the 1/1, because it'll become a 1.
well, you know he has Ankar in hand, so that's 2 more damage. 3 with the small time
Two,
Buccaneer.
5.
So I
There's a
oh,
girl.
that's lethal next turn. He has lethal next turn because
Yeah, Chandler Biscuit. Evo
yeah.
Chandler girl Biscuit.
So
Go
he has
town.
3 fire spells in hand,
Yeah.
and he has 2 non-fire spells in deck. So that's lethal every time, but he needs to play the Chandler Biscuit girl and or girl Biscuit Chandler and then the fire spells. Because he has 1 more mana open still,
You can
which is
already
what he
see
needs.
Jailstorm going through their
Yeah.
cards. They're going in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here it comes.
Yep, here it comes.
Rips the
Oh,
Evo, plays the Chandler, plays the
mhm,
girl. Gonna. Yep.
yeah. I like
Hold on,
I
chat.
kinda like this too because this if he draws Molten Reflection now, he doesn't brick. But he does brick
There's a
if he
block.
draws. Oh,
There's a Mana Biscuit.
anyway, see it.
Looks like he drew an Ignite.
Yeah,
No, Elemental Evo. Okay.
yeah.
Hot Streak.
Hot Streak's good. Let's see if he
There's
gets
the
the
Ignite.
yeah. Let's see he's casting Connor Manger Biscuit too. Oh, oh, there's the
Yeah,
Molten.
he's gonna be able to get the Molten down
Yeah.
on
Why
the
do you
girl.
oh, man, he cast the Biscuit too. Oh, man. This
Alright,
is nerve-wracking.
he should be fine here.
Oh, no, oh, what do I know? Like, I always feel like the Ignite players whiff or look like they're gonna whiff.
I think if he's feeling like he's about to run out of time, we'll see the Ice Block played,
Yeah.
which he has played the Ice Block. So it's
Mm,
safety first. We'll see how much
mm,
damage he gets off. Looks like the rope ended, so his turn is over.
yeah.
How much damage did he get out?
He just needs to he actually, wins if he just casts
He
Ignite
can
one more
cast it one
time.
more. Yep.
Yeah. Well, Lothep no, not even Lothep saves him because Lothep
No,
yeah,
the Lotheb, if he clears both girls, Lotheb makes Ignite cost 7, and that's exactly how much mana he will have next turn.
yeah,
So this is over. Jailstorm will advance.
yeah.
Remarkable.
Very well that was a very
That was close.
that was close, yeah,
Did just enough though, and has his
just
win
enough.
con in hand.
Mhm. That inconspicuous rider was clutch.
Yes.
Like,
And judging by the spells in deck, Oddlaw knows that that's an ignite. And
yeah. It has to
so,
it's the only card that can be.
yeah, there's the only fire spell left in the deck. It has to be an ignite in his hand. And no Loatheb either, so it's just a formality.
Mhm. Hey, he gets Rakara.
Hmm. Well, that's she can watch.
Yeah. Moral support. Yeah.
And Jailstorm's going to point the ignite at
At
the.
the opponent's face, right?
Yeah, there you go. That's the correct
There he
place.
goes. Yeah.
Found it.
Mhm.
Jailstorm advances 2-1.
Mhm.
Ignite
Oh,
Mage does the
mhm.
work. It's a little tight, but he got there.
All right.
Looking at the bracket here, chat, Tiger Eye has advanced 2-0 over Quake Lord and will be playing Jailstorm here next. So we're going to stick with Jailstorm for a hot minute and watch their fight against Tiger Eye. On the other side of the bracket, Slight has advanced over Otters 2-0, and he will be playing Shia Wasena, who has
Mhm.
advanced over Triple Lift and Snake Vods. So in is this
We're in
the
the semifinals.
quarterfinals then? Yeah, the semifinals is Tiger Eye over and Jailstorm, Slight and Shia.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Mhm. Man, these best of threes go fast.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So looking at
Mhm.
the rest of the action, yeah, Slight beat Fish in round 1. Shia beat Snake Fods. Triple Lift had a bye. Otters had a bye. Otters then
Mhm.
lost to Slight. Quake Lord beat Hopper. And we obviously saw Tiger Eye and Sunday. So that's the extent of the action.
Mhm. I think Jailstorm is a very difficult ban because I'm like 100% sure he needs to ban the Odd Hunter, but then Tiger Eye is always banning the priest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Which means
well,
that the Druid has just two really bad matchups, and he needs to be carried by Ignite Mage. Because he actually can't let the like it feels terrible, but maybe he doesn't ban Druid just for the Druid match. I mean, he doesn't ban Hunter just for the Druid versus Hunter matchup. That's forced almost.
yeah, looking at Tiger Eye's lists,
Like, do you ban the Pirate Warrior then? The Pirate Warrior doesn't have blow tab.
Yeah, I don't know. No,
This is so tough.
I always kind of want to just ban the hunter.
Yeah, you always want to ban the hunter, but then Gelstorm's dex construct like lineup, it actually does
Yeah.
pretty well in the hunter because he brought the druid. So
Yes.
I guess if he thinks Ignite Mage is also good into druid or good into hunter, that would explain the lineup. Because he'd bring two decks that can beat hunter, and then one deck that just should mop up the rest of the format. Because even Lock and Pirate Warrior do very, very badly into Big Priest. Like,
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what they decide.
mhm,
I honestly am not sure. I'm still coming to understand this meta myself and
mm,
which decks are either the best or in conquest format. Who would you look to ban? It's tough right now, and I know a lot of people are
mhm,
still feeling the way forward. So I wouldn't be surprised necessarily if anything gets banned. But that I don't know. That druid can be a little bit messy. Tiger Eye. But then again, you could just outrun them with the warrior.
mhm,
What's Jailstorm gonna do when a bunch of big fat pirates come?
mhm, yeah. Bunch of pirates just run them over.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and that's the
Steal
strength of
his
pirate.
steal his belongings from the docks.
Careful now, you're giving away tips from our Tempo Storm
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
write-ups.
looks like the druid got banned, and so did the even lock. All
Okay,
right.
yes, Jailstorm's Mechthrin Druid has been banned. On Tiger Eye's side, the Reno Even Warlock will not be seen.
Mhm,
Okay, it looks like they are preparing to go into it. Yeah.
mhm. I think this matchup is so Jailstorm obviously wants to lead with like Tiger Eye wants his hunter to go into the priest, and Jailstorm wants his priest to go into the warrior. So this is very, very dependent on who gets the right cue.
Jailstorm goes with their Ignite Mage, which we have just seen. Tiger Eye
Mm,
on the Pirate Warrior.
mhm,
Okay. Well,
well, that's a
we're
biscuit and
basically
a
going to get a.
sandbinder.
That's not bad. We're going to get a repeat of
Yeah,
the last match. Can Jailstorm assemble the combo and survive long enough, fend off Tiger Eye's horrible
yeah,
hordes? We shall
yeah.
see.
I kind of like keep. I like the mana. I like the Conjure Mana Biscuit keep and the Frostleaf Engineer keep a
Yeah,
lot.
it's not bad.
Yeah,
And the Ice Block, well, you mulliganed into it, but it is what it is. You have it.
yeah.
So looking at Tiger Eye's Pirate Warrior, it is more traditional from what we just saw. Sky Captain Crag is at the top end, and below that, just a bunch of little buddies to beat you down. Two copies, however, of Shiver Their Timbers, which I guess would be what, like giant tech.
I'm getting some reason I can't spec Tiger Eye, so I'm gonna.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's see. I am gonna get in. Yeah, maybe is it? Did we get a patches bug? No, no, patches hasn't been played. There's two copies of Inconspicuous Rider, however, in Jailstorm's hand, so
Mhm.
we'll be able to thin
There we
deck a
go.
little bit. This is shaping up kind of like the last game.
Mhm.
We'll see, however, if he actually can get them.
That's two cannons.
Oh,
You know
buddy.
what? I think Pirate Warrior has a distinct advantage in this situation.
Our Warrior's just good.
Yeah.
Here comes the Inconspicuous Rider. Well, Jailstorm
Do
knows that there's two blocks, so he'll be able to survive long enough with that,
you
but
even play the quest here?
he has not yet. So
No,
he could
I
probably just
mean,
play it right now and start to spam pirates.
I think you just play the Scabbard camp. I mean, the Harbor Scamp and the 1/1.
Just go for max pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, works for me. I've taken that line myself in THL before,
Oh.
and it's really smart if you can get just an insane amount of pressure. Like, who needs a
Yeah.
quest if you have this as your board? This is setting up lethal.
On turn 3.
Okay, hold tight, chat. Patches bug. We are going to get you right
Mhm.
back to the action. Jailstorm draws with their Frostweave Engineer, finding a hot streak.
Oh,
See,
my
two,
Hearthstone just
four,
crashed.
six, eight, nine.
I mean, he just pushed what was it, 14 damage on turn
Yeah.
two? No, turn three.
With the right cannon shots here, they could theoretically pop block, but it's not super.
Mm-hmm.
Just raid the docks. Tiger Eye weighing options. Probably has some bigger pirates now. I think we've already would have seen the South Sea Captain if they had it in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Small time buck.
I mean, Jailstorm is at a severe disadvantage. This Pirate Warrior start was insane.
This is basically what Pirate Warrior does every time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your block pop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he did get a Chandler. So basically, you just need to play the ice block and have two chances at drawing girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
Can
got
Jailstorm get their next turn if they draw Piper? That would be four.
the
Uh,
Piper is risky because that's 6 mana.
yeah,
Six,
not
three,
quite
three
enough. He
plus
had the mana
two.
biscuit ready.
6 plus 3, so he needs 9 mana next turn. He has access to 10. He actually can go off.
All right. Well, he has four draws on the deck then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what he gets. Frostweave Dungeoneer will not do it.
There's Ignite.
And it ignite, and he finds lethal.
Lethal. Mm-hmm.
Tiger Eye goes up 1-0, will remain on Pirate Warrior
Mm-hmm.
as Jailstorm now must send in Big Priest, which can
Big
do all
priest.
right into Pirate Warrior, but then we'll just get feasted upon by Odd Hunter if it ends up going to that. So I don't
Mm-hmm. Well, Odd Hunter sometimes bricks, right? Not very often, but
Yes, and they could high roll like a combination of palm reading into a blood of Gahoon
into
into
the
obsidian
statue.
statue. Yeah,
I think statue's correct in this meta because statue gives you a fighting chance against Odd Hunter.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just from finds a palm reading, which you probably Smite's okay. I guess Thrive could find your
I really,
essence.
I really like keeping Smite. Well, he's
I
only
like Smite
second.
too.
Yeah.
Deals with cannon, deals with a pirate captain. I think you just toss Hysteria the best man.
Hysteria is very poor in this matchup because you need to basically cast it on a 3 health minion
Is it too
or four
greedy to
health.
keep Thrive?
I think you have to keep Thrive. You need to find Essence.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
think it keeps the whole thing.
Wow. I would
I
have gone for
guess
Essence. Yeah.
Hysteria is a way to deal with Rokara if there are a bunch of other little shitters on the board
Mm-hmm.
too. I don't
I
know.
mean, by that time, you want to be casting Essence.
Oh yeah,
This is
100%. If you're
yeah.
reacting like that, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit Lash is decent.
Like, you need to Thrive into Essence. You need to cast Essence before they cast Rokara. That's the.
I think that's
I think.
correct. Yes.
I think that's the main thing about this matchup.
Decent opening start from Tiger Eye.
Oh, I got the patches bug again.
All right, hold on, chat. We're coming on back.
Mm-hmm.
So Jailstorm facing down some pressure now.
He's got 4 pirates on board, so that Crag's actually active next turn unless he clears.
I think he
I
might
think
just
you.
opt, however, for Thrive.
I feel like you have to mitigate something, right?
I
He's got.
guess I'm torn between wanting to bolt the 2/2 and Penance is good.
Penance is very good.
Yeah, and saving the
Actually,
bolt
the
for the
hysteria
captain.
hysteria deals with Crag very well. So maybe because of that, I don't think he fears Crag that much because he's got what 5 power. Crag's got
Yeah.
6 life. So just one more pirate and Crag kills off the entire board with hysteria. Like
Let's see.
Detectives.
Looking at Tiger Eye's quest progress, if they play any pirate here, they will draw Ankar, assuming it's not in
Mhm,
hate.
mhm. Yeah, I think Tiger Eye is just trying to figure out like what he wants to play around, and if he
Yeah.
because if he doesn't play the 1/1, he's playing around Hysteria. I mean, not the one. I that card got buffed. It's a 2/2 now.
Yes, the Bloodsail
Yeah.
deckhand.
hmm
All right. So we'll have the mana to equip
hmm
Ankar right here.
Let's see if he actually plays the Crag and he opts for Ankar. He opts for Ankar. All right, he's playing around Hysteria. And guys,
Safeties.
or chat, the Bloodsail deckhand, it lives. No, yeah, Bloodsail deckhand lives because of the 2/2.
There's an Eternal Servitude. Not really doing much right now. I think we're going to see palm reading, and then he has to bolt something probably.
That's all three of those are worthless.
Well, Light of the Naru is at least healing.
But it gives you a 1/2.
Yeah, that pressure is not terrible. I mean, it's terrible, but it's something.
That's. I
That's
think he has
rough.
to play it. He doesn't have a random resurrect besides the spellstone. He only has 3 minions in deck.
Yeah,
So technically, the Light of the Naru doesn't actually.
it's not that big of a deal.
It's
Gonna
not big of a
coin
deal.
out. Looks like coining out a lash.
Oh, he did that. Oh, he didn't light a Naru. If he lighted Naru and went the full life, he doesn't get the minion.
That's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that would be correct.
yeah. Fun little tidbit from Light of the Naru. I played this card
You have played this card before.
so long ago. I think this was like goblins versus gnomes, right?
Oh, buddy. Yeah, it's the little cog icon that is goblins and gnomes.
Oh man.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yep. Here comes another pirate. Maybe take some cannon shots into the face.
Oh yeah.
Lots of cannons.
Lost the cannons to the face.
That
Yeah.
hysteria is just burning a hole in his pocket. It's just not really
Yeah.
going to be effective.
Mhm.
Well, we're probably going to see some of the
Mhm.
bolts here then.
Mhm.
There's a resurrect. Not finding what he
Mhm.
needs.
Man, this
This is
he wants to
rough.
draw essence so badly. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he can start cleaning things up with the bolt and the penance and
Mhm.
heal face and maybe play Light of the Naru even just to create a little shitter that he's forced to deal with.
Mhm. Oh, I feel so bad.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta do what you gotta do, though,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Saves the bolt. Okay.
Mhm. I like saving smite for what was it, captain?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is.
Mhm.
Still, however, is going to be taking 9 and 11 damage right here, having his life.
This Crag's gonna hurt. The Crag is so good. He's so much better than Leroy in the Pirate Warrior list. Like,
So that's 11 plus 1 is 12 plus 5 is 17 damage. Jailstorm will be at 5 if this all goes face. However, he probably sends one of the 2/2s into the 5/2, right?
um, yeah, I
Yeah,
would.
that
I
seems
mean,
fine. So he'll be at 7 then.
I don't think the damage is gonna be relevant, and he wants to protect the captain. Because if he kills captain here, okay, so let's say Holy Smite hits captain. He has four. He has exactly one more power than
Yeah, I
Greg
think he
has
needs to
toughness.
smite the captain and then probably, yeah, plays the less expensive
Yeah,
hysteria so he can heal face.
yeah. Oh,
There was a chance at a
unlucky.
full clear there, but it didn't quite
Yeah,
materialize. You're right.
yeah. All right, so this is the big priest essence turn. He needs to trade
Needs the
RNGesus
top
for
deck
essence.
essence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any other outs in the deck?
No.
Desperate prayer, and he might be alive next turn.
Actually, it's penance because he hits penance and then on the Ricard and then hysterias.
Finds a spell stone.
That ain't it.
But
Uh, unfortunate.
in the light's name.
Yeah.
Tiger Eye just gets there. His Pirate Warrior goes 2-0 over Jailstorm for a quick advancement to the finals of tonight's Last Hero Standing Team Hearth Legends tournament.
Yeah.
Whew, what are your thoughts, Mark?
That was surprising. I didn't think Power Warrior would go fast enough to outpace the Essence and Big Priest, but
It just got
there
there.
we
I
go.
mean, it's
It
it's
just
the
got there.
classic Big Priest. Never found the essence and found some removal, but not enough to deal with the consistent, fast pressure that Pirate
Mm-hmm.
Warrior can put out.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So it looks like
Excellent.
Shia's advanced, so it's gonna be Shia versus Tiger Eye for the prestigious
Excellent.
Maniac Monday Wild or Wild Team Hearth Legends
Well, we haven't had a
tournament.
chance to see Shia yet tonight,
Mm-hmm.
Memnarch. Looking backward into their round three victory, Shia won 2-1 against Slight. Shia has brought a big priest, a little bit of a different big priest, but big priest nonetheless, a Mechathune druid, and a Dark Warlock. Wow,
He's going full on. I think he's targeting Odd Hunter with these two, the Warlock and the Druid.
seems good.
Maybe he thinks the Darkler actually beats even because you get faster Giants out if you high roll.
I think that's probably
Yeah,
correct. Yeah,
and there's
looking
two Goldshire
at
Knolls
I was going to say,
in
looking
the
at Chia's list, he has
yeah.
2 copies of Gold Chernol in there, also runs 2 copies of Gold Chernol in their Mechathune.
Mhm. The Goldshire Knolls are actually insane in Mechatoon
It's
because
a great card. Yeah.
If you Celestial and then Goldshire Knolls, you can play them this turn of. So it really makes up
Yes,
for the weaknesses. And so you don't always have to have Escape Mana Saber to cast alignment with some safety.
correct, because it can
Mhm.
deal with a Nerubian that is hanging out on board.
Mhm.
All right, looking at the brackets here, ready yet. So we're still awaiting the bands chat. But as a reminder, it'll be Tiger Eye with their Pirate Warrior, Odd Questline Hunter, and Reno Even Warlock against Shia's Big Priest, Mechathune Druid, Darkglare Warlock. Who would you give the early advantage to, just looking at the lists as you have,
Oh
Mark?
god.
If it's even possible to say.
It's very unconventional. Like this last year's standing format has brought some interesting. Like we never see Big Priest. I mean, we never see Dark Lair in Conquest. But
It's been a hot
he's
minute.
brought yeah. Oh yeah, now we don't see Dark Lair. It used to be everywhere. It used
And
to be the
it's
only thing you could possibly bring.
it's not just Darkglare, it's
Mhm.
Darkglare that is interestingly teched. Like you say, 2
Yeah.
copies of Goldshire Knoll, 1 copy of Anetheron.
Yeah, Netheron's
Got
weird. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean Darkglare, think about the way that you play Darkglare, you get a big hand quite often, so Anetheron is
Mhm.
more often than not available. Also 1 copy of Lesser Amethyst Spellstone, prioritizing some of the healing that they might
Yeah.
need into some of these matchups.
Oh yeah. Wait, sure. Okay, so a lot of people have been cutting one, sometimes both of the spellstones, simply because they're too expensive.
Yes. Yeah,
Like,
it's pricey. 4 mana is a
yeah,
lot.
when you play Blood of Cahoon, your Eternal Servitudes turn into lesser spellstones. Like, it's silly. Like, Blood of Cahoon's so good in Big Priest. Like, I feel like they just printed Blood of Cahoon just to push Big Priest. Like, there's no
Well,
reason Standard needs Blood of
it
Cahoon, right?
it reinvented the archetype, obviously,
Hmm.
for Wild. Big Priest was on fumes, especially after Barnes was buried alive with concerned mom.
Oh,
But
oh.
right,
Oh yeah, that was
poor thing.
great.
That was a
Candlelight
quite a
Vigil. He
wake.
wasn't
I
even dead
know.
yet. He wasn't even
No,
dead yet, and he got Candlelight Vigil and put into a coffin. That
but we
was the
saw in
funniest part.
Standard they were looking to advance Resurrect Priest as an archetype. So Blood of Gahoon would fit into that with some of the others. Sort of big minions, or just even with stuff like Cartoon Defender.
Mhm. Mm. All right,
Right.
bands are in. Let me refresh the page,
Yeah. What do we
and
got, ma'am?
well, as soon as my page refreshes, I'll tell you. Taking a
Refresh
while.
faster.
Every time I refresh, it takes longer. All right, looks like the priest and the warlock got. I mean, the Tiger Eyes warlock got banned, and Shios Lysina's priest got banned. So it's gonna be
Okay.
druid warlock versus hunter warrior.
All right, we're going in right now, everybody.
Yeah,
And it looks like Shia is on their Dark Lair Warlock to start. Tiger Eye back on the Pirate Warrior.
mhm. This is interesting.
You
Like
know, for as much of
usually
a
this is.
scourge as it was
Yeah,
for the format, I'm kind of eager to see Dark Lair again. Does that
yeah.
make me sick?
No, it means you. We've been seeing it for so long. It's been a
I
year now
know.
of
It's like a
seeing
comfort
Darkglare.
thing.
Then like 2 weeks. Then we had this 2 week period without it, and everyone's like scared.
Oh, it's the Stockholm syndrome. I've grown to
Yeah,
love my oppressor.
yeah.
Oh no.
And that's
Tiger
a
Eye plays Raid the
yeah.
Docks. All right.
So historically, this is a heavy Darkglare favorite.
Yes.
Even
But we
before
haven't
the
seen as
yeah.
much of this matchup now with the
Mhm,
reinvented Pirate Warrior.
mhm. Well, Raid the Docks is definitely a game changer because the usually Darkglare was so favored in this because they played one giant and then used all their other like they could just leverage one giant to pressure, force the pirate warrior to go in, and then play a bunch of little guys in broom just to clear up all their stuff. Now with Raid the Docks, you actually can't just play the control matchup. You actually have to kill them.
Yes.
So it's a slightly different dynamic, but it is effectively the same.
She's hand's
Uh,
a little awkward.
I shouldn't say dynamic. It's a slightly different way to play the matchup now.
I guess
I think
they
so.
would be
You
able
can,
to like
yeah,
Dark Glare double rain, but that doesn't get like, really accomplish
yeah.
anything.
Well, Tyrai he's opting to play Ankar this turn. Like he could have played the South Sea Pirate Captain, swing patches, have Ankar in hand, and next turn he could have Ship's Cannon, Small Time Buck, South Sea Deckhand,
Yeah,
and
wants to
Bloodsail.
prioritize. It looks like just cycling, getting as many of his
Yeah.
little guys, or in that case, a bigger guy
Hmm.
because he finds Crag. Here's a
Hmm.
broom again. Kind of awkward for Shia here.
Yeah. Well, I get. Well, this is. Well, that can play maximizes damage, but against Darkler, you don't really want to maximize damage, right? You just want to take it slow, just chip away at them, and then burst them down.
I think that's probably
Otherwise,
correct. Yeah, you'll
yeah,
just enable him a big molten turn.
yeah. This seems a bit early for Darkler.
Yeah, I think he's just prioritizing cleaning up a little bit
Yeah.
and gonna force Tiger Eye to trade into the
Hmm.
glare and find extra damage to do so. Like he'll need to find a copy of Shiver Their Timbers now, or some other burst like the South Sea Deckhand or
I
an
think he's just
upgrade.
opening up his hand for a Solarium turn because the
That's
Darkler
exactly
Solarium.
correct. He
Yeah.
needs to make hand space to
Hmm.
draw into the better cards in this matchup
Hmm.
because he's looking for. I mean, what's he looking for? His raised deads. He's looking for other kobold
Probably
librarians.
his
He's looking for
nulls.
his tour guides, his knolls.
Yeah.
Yes, he's looking for things that he can do stuff with. His hand's heavy right now.
Yeah. Oh, forcing the cannon out is huge for Shawasena. Oh,
Ooh, that's not where you want to see that
uh,
cannon shot go. But he
he's
can
got
kill.
he's got 4 more cannon shots.
Yeah,
Actually, yeah, well, up to 4 more. He only needed 1.
see us
Oh, this is
deckhand.
risky. Putting the dark level before below 10.
Yeah, we're gonna see that. This obviously turns on a massive uh swing turn here. So we go.
Oh, that's such a good pickup. The null's huge. Like he just needs Rip Solarium now. Does he actually not want to Rip Solarium? I feel like you always Rip Solarium, make the null 1 mana, and then go in.
I kind of don't mind that. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Solarium would put him to 10 cards in hand. Noel can come
Mm.
out for 1. He'll have 3 mana left. Can like Rain of Fire, play the Molten Giant,
Like he's got
and
Rain of Fire, he's got the null. Like this is so good for him. And that's a race debt. That race that's not relevant.
no, it's not really. Well, I mean,
But actually,
basically, it needs
mm,
to full clear here.
yeah, he's probably thinking about the Dark Lair.
Yeah.
Like
So
if he
what would it
plays
be? Dark
Dark
Lair,
Lair race
Rain
debt.
of Fire.
I don't think he plays Dark Lair. I don't think he plays a race debt either. He's
Oh, I see what he's doing. He's gonna play the Knoll, play the Molten Giant, and then broom it.
yeah, yeah, Battlemaster in hand. He does.
Yeah.
So Battlemaster in hand, this
Oh,
is
and I like
exact
that trait
lethal.
a lot.
This is
He
exact lethal.
prioritizes keeping the health of the gold
Yeah.
Chernobyl as rich as possible
Hmm.
to play around anything. Yeah, to set up lethal. Now Tiger Eye is going to have to face tank that 5-4 and put the weapon into it if he wants to stay alive, right?
Yeah. Or you can just hero power.
Or he can just hero power. Yes, good point.
uh, but anyway, like going down to what was it, 7 life isn't exactly a winning line either because there's a 8 power giant and then there's a 5/5s and whatnot. And Darkler's notorious for having burst.
Yeah, she has set himself
Yeah.
up here for lethal. Can Tiger Eye fight back?
This is so awkward. This is such a rough line for Tiger Eye because he needs to basically play Fog Sail, Brute, Freebooter, and South Sea Captain this turn.
Yep.
Uh,
Gets Rokara into his hand then.
yeah,
But he obviously cannot play it.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
I imagine we just see the captain here.
Oh, that brigand! Oh my god, he
That's
got
decent.
rewarded for order.
Yeah. There's another gold Chernobyl, but
No,
it costs 7.
you have to rip the got to rip backfire. He's playing double touch and a Tasman, so if he rips backfire, gets touch. I think he's in a okay shape.
There's a touch.
There's, there's
So he trades into
mhm. Oh,
the se-
this he's getting for really low now.
yeah.
I think you so you can trade. Oh no, the giant's always going to cost one more.
If he draws a raised dead, he can play the giant, but then he'll just kill himself.
Yeah,
I, he's not gonna. He's gonna choose not to tap there.
there's a
There's
shiver
a
me
shiver
timbers.
there, Timbers. That might just seal
Oh
the
my,
game up.
because he kills
The
the giant.
Rokara and shiver the
Yeah.
giant. Yeah, less giant.
Okay, he actually has a. Oh, he used up all his draw though, right? Ugh, maybe he doesn't have a way out of this. Well, he has to tap regardless, so he can null double giant and full. No, he can't full. Yeah, he can't full. If he doesn't play double giant, he can full clear. If he plays null first, then he puts
Power overwhelming on it.
uh
It's kind of
no, he doesn't have to.
gross.
You can put power overwhelming on the Cobalt and send a Cobalt Librarian into Rikara,
Yeah.
and then have a Giants on board, and then set up lethal that way, and force it so that Tiger Eye needs either a cannon
I
shot to go
mean,
face or a
yeah,
weapon that can
exactly.
attack face.
It's still very. I mean, he also has Crag in hand, so that's
Hmm.
just it, right?
Yeah.
Crag just represents lethal off the top. Looks like this will be it for Shia.
To get the attacks off. All right,
It
so
looks like he did.
he needs a Fool's Bane and to whiff both shots.
Instead, he finds another
Oh,
Crag.
oh.
Glorious and
All right, that's the
terrible.
exact opposite. That's the exact
No,
opposite of what needed to happen.
that's just like Giga Death. And so the
Yeah.
Fiery War Axe will dome Shia in the face. Tiger Eye goes up 1-0 in the finals
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
That means Tiger Eye will remain on the Pyro Warrior, and Shia will send out Mechathoon Druid.
All right, this is actually it. Okay, so this is Pyro Warrior favorite for sure. Except
Well, that's a
Druid can
couple of
scam.
nulls. I don't know. Yeah, Druid's
Druid,
always able to scam.
yeah.
So
Like when
we'll
Druid
see.
wins, you want to throw your computer through the window as the Pyro Warrior. I have personal experience at this.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. I've yet to actually throw my computer, but I have like hit my chair out of anger. Mhm. Oh man. All
Well,
right, looks
this
like
is
a
the
terrible.
matchup Shia has to win.
Yeah.
obviously the term is over if Tiger Eye just
Mhm.
wins, but I would believe Shia would be favored more into Tiger Eye's Odd Hunter than they would
Oh, yeah.
be here into the
If,
Pirate
uh
Warrior.
if Druid wins this, the Hunter is beyond sad, and this is a terrible hand. Oh my god.
Well,
The, Shiver Their Timbers is actually worthless in this matchup, so it's literally a Baku.
well, I mean, it theoretically can find a home on something, right? Like,
Eh, I guess on a Vargoth?
yeah, or um,
Eh,
a knoll that gets played
yeah,
and
no.
doesn't. I don't know. It's I'm stretching there, but
Yeah. Alright, let's see if Patches crashes it. It does crash it,
it does crash it.
alright.
Hold on a second,
Something
chat. Typical patches bug. We are going to leave the spec and hop right back in. So stay with us.
alright, I'm thinking, uh, Shio Asana just, 0 powers down the, small time Buccaneer, because you can do that now ever since it's been nerfed from a 1/2 to a 1/1.
Yes.
Back in the good old days of, 1 mana 1/2 Buccaneer. Do you remember those days, Rotted?
I don't remember anything anymore, Memnarch.
Oh,
Time
man.
is a blur.
Time's a social construct.
I actually really like this ramping with Bio project.
Oh,
He needs to get his Celestial online before he just dies.
you can actually coin out Celestial next turn,
And I think
and
that's
then
not the worst play, and then just overflow.
actually, do you wanna do that? You do. You
You do because Rokara then will be that much more expensive, and you'll just have to deal with the existing pressure, and you'll have a few more turns against Rokara.
Mhm.
So it's kind of, ugh, but
Uh, I mean, look, he's not setting up lethal next turn.
no.
I think you have to,
Oh yeah,
and
you definitely
yeah,
innervate
you
out the
definitely do now.
Celestial here. Next turn, you can Lightning Bloom out an Overflow and have 1 mana left to play with.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
that's a 0 mana Crag. Well, that's a good start for Tiger Eye.
Yes.
It's an above average draw, arguably the best draw you could have had.
The Giant in his deck, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she is going to have 1 mana to play with if he blooms out the Overflow. And
Actually,
we'll
is
be
this
gaining
lethal?
5, which is relevant, I guess, but still
No, is this lethal?
5 is. Oh, I think he's just dead.
It's like
It's exact lethal. He's just dead. Oh,
well, that
well,
was
ain't that a walk in the park? He's
you hate
just
to see
dead.
it.
Well,
Well,
that's over.
it happens, right?
And Tiger Eye runs wild through our bracket and emerges as the winner of this Maniac Monday Wild Last Hero Standing Best of Three. Holy moly, Memnarch.
Uh,
Thoughts about how that all went?
well, I think Tiger had an above average draw on the last game. Just throwing that out there.
Just a little bit, yeah.
A
Still,
little
though,
bit. Mhm.
plays the decks that'll
Yeah, it shows
uh,
how good Pirate
give
Warrior, isn't
those.
it? Yeah, it shows how
Yes.
good Pirate Warrior is and everything but Odd Hunter. Like the constant pressure, the rated Zox is just so good. Like even if you don't ever get Rakara down, it's a free weapon draw and 4 damage to their cannon shots. Like I think this tournament best illustrated Pirate Warrior for the strength of it.
Yes, and I think it also has allowed for a real
Mhm,
refinement of the list because I know before Raid the Docks you would see like a more advanced weapons package with the axe, the Outrider axe, which is fine,
mhm,
but the ability to guarantee your Ankar so quickly kind of makes any other weapon not super relevant. You just put some upgrades back in if you want to buff it,
mm.
and by the time you're starting to run out of gas, you have Rokara.
Yeah, Rakara's is I mean Rakara's just pure value. Like it's the one thing Pirate Warrior was lacking was late game,
And
and this
this
has
game did
infinite
exactly
value.
that. And as we see it too in like an odd pirate warrior, which isn't great, mind you, but it gives them an affirmative win condition. Raid the Docks is
Mhm.
just decent. Did you feel like you learned anything else from watching this last hero standing action, ma'am? Anything that surprised you, perhaps?
I really like the coin cannon against Ignite Mage into another cannon. into
We'll just set up an
basically,
absolutely overwhelming board.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically just nuke them. Oh yeah.
All right, everybody. We're going to get Tiger Eye in here, our winner tonight, and we're going to have a few words.
Hmm.
All right. Hello, Mr. Tiger Eye. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Hey, congratulations, man.
Oh, it's not Tiger Eyes in here yet.
Oh,
It's,
hey, Memnar. Congratulations, ma'am. You made it.
it did make.
I can't even. Oh, sorry. Sorry, mic not working. Ah.
All right, just
Abort, abort, abort.
yeah. All right, just type what you want. We'll reiterate it.
Give us 1 second, chat. We're
Yep.
figuring out Tiger Eye's situation if we're going to be able to have this interview. Looks like they can't
Uh,
hear us, so we might not be able to have the interview at all.
oh,
Um, um,
I think that's just a
that
okay.
can
This
happen.
happened to me. You need to go into voice and video. Uh, you see, so this happens to me because my computer wants to hook up to the television as the output device for some reason, and I keep having to tell it no. I want my headphones. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, I keep having it reset too.
yeah.
Hold tight
Mm,
1 second, chat. We're going to see if we can't get Tiger Eye in here with the correct settings to have a little chat and go over his
mhm,
victory tonight.
In the
mhm,
meanwhile, I'm actually going to hop in. Everyone can hear me now.
Hey,
As
Lotus, welcome back.
mm,
I just want to tell you, I want to thank everyone who's watched. We've had great viewership. It's been an amazing show. I just want to let you know if you don't know THL, we're an organization where you can get to play matches for Wild or for whatever series you would like, and you can have a great time, meet a lot of people, and just all skill levels are welcome. There's a place for literally everyone. And the second thing is, if you're enjoying the stream, this sounds like a prime time to remember you that you can sub. The sub will be used to help us with our various costs, such as
mhm,
keep the servers going, or whatever Donde decides to pull for content, or Desharmo decides to do as a tournament. Um, there's a lot of stuff that comes out of contribution. So if you would like to contribute, now is a great time, and you can do it for free with Twitch Prime.
Excellent. Yeah, and I
mhm,
would highly recommend that, guys. If you have an
mhm,
interest in competitive Wild Hearthstone, Team Hearth Legends, THL is one of the best places to do that. Their Wild
mhm.
series has some of the top level competition that you'll find. Also, some really great standard action, battlegrounds action. It's such a fun community if you want to meet some interesting Hearthstone players and improve your play. All right, Tiger Eye, can you hear us now? Uh,
Oh, I heard that. I saw your light blink, Tiger Eye.
I kind of like the Tiger Eye's icon here is like this big, like
It's an actual tiger. It's a white
it's an
tiger
actual
too.
tiger. Yeah,
Yeah.
not quite like Siegfried and Roy Tiger, but getting close. This might not end up materializing. That's a
Oh.
shame. But if I were Tiger Eye,
Mhm,
I would lord my success over everyone. Not that he didn't have to earn it, but he fairly well ripped through our
mhm,
bracket tonight. Played very well, and it's not surprising at all to me. Tiger Eye is a seasoned ladder player, seasoned conquest player,
mhm.
and the decks they brought are strong choices that they're intimately familiar with.
I mean, he's just brought the best 3 decks that on
Yeah,
ladder. Yeah.
and decks that they know really well because they played them to very, very
Mhm.
high places.
Like, he's currently ranked 4 legend, right? I'm
Yeah, he's been yo-yoing in the top 10, just jockey.
mm, oh. Oh, Discord is oh,
Yeah,
I know.
Discord's being wonky.
Alright.
We can probably do 3 questions via text and get read Tiger Eye's answer then, so we don't keep everyone here until midnight.
Mhm,
Yes. So let's populate. Give us 1 second, chat. We're gonna send some quick questions to Tiger Eye.
I'll be reading the answers
Hmm.
to a few questions that were sent via text to Tiger Eye, since that seems to be
Oh,
the
perfect.
easiest form.
Hmm.
We'll do some quick questions. In the
Hmm.
meanwhile, I just want to remind everyone, if you're playing your THL match this week and you would like to play on stream, we have spots open on Saturday is our Schoolstone Wild Day. We have spots open on Saturday. We have spots open on Sunday, Friday. Just DM me, DM Saku, DM Fish. We're always looking for matches. I can't guarantee the quality will be quite as high as Rotted Zombie and Memnar because these two are amazing, but we have some really good casters that are happy to cast any matches that you would you would like to have on stream.
Absolutely, guys. If you want to play, these guys can host you,
Hmm.
and just let them know. Don't let me know. I'll forget. Let Lotus know.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can always DM me, and I can tell you if you're afraid on playing on stream, we all were at a moment. I can guarantee you everyone has had moments where they were, but it's so much fun, and you get someone to help you think about your plays afterwards. Like even casters, you can always just DM casters after the match and just say, "What did you think of this?" And we're all happy to talk about it. We are all passionate about Hearthstone.
Yes, and we're all looking
Mhm.
to have a good time and improve our quality of play. So Tiger Eye's starting to answer some questions via text here, chat, and so he wanted to point out about the format that post Demon Seed, he feels like there's a quite a rock paper scissors feel to the meta right now, and I think what they mean by that is you have a few different decks at the top that all sort of go into each other, prey on each other, and they're all jockeying for that position. I mean, obviously, you know how rock paper scissors work. Come on, Mem, what would you say to that claim?
Oh, 100%. Okay, so at High Legend, I can pull up my deck tracker. Give me a second, but it
Please.
definitely feels that way. So Evenlock and Hunter are fighting each other for the top spot right now. Pirate Warrior is in third place, but it's like a distant third because it gets beaten up by those two decks. This, however, there's some people trying Druid, some people trying Mage, but those get bodied by both by the meta right now. Pirate Warrior and Evenlock completely crush Druid, so that's not really a viable option. Evenlock and Hunter and Warrior kind of just beat up on Mage. But, well, Warlock doesn't really beat up on Mage, but Pirate Warrior definitely does. Mhm.
Yes, and so looking
Yeah.
at what Tiger Eye selected here, they've
Mhm.
said that they selected Odd Hunter, even Reno Warlock, and Pirate Warrior with
Mhm.
adding in Shiver Their Timbers, because he thought it would be sort of a good balance of strong into some of the sort of quirky, semi-off meta stuff that we will get in tournaments like this, but also just into the standard sort of power meta that you would come to expect of a lot of the top players who submitted for this tournament. And
Mhm.
I mean, it seems to me, Memnarch, that if you're gonna try to pick the three best decks and run with them, these are them, like you just said, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The Tiger Eye didn't actually have any tech for Odd Hunter. He just planned on banning it, which is probably smart. Like you don't tech for the matchup you're going to ban. That's why you only saw Cult Neophytes and yeah, that was it. And it's even luck. When normally we see Nerubian Ravelers and Geist sometimes just to beat
Correct.
the Odd Hunter.
And that's often the difference I'll find in Conquest or in stuff like this. If
Mhm.
your primary thought is to ban something, just get it out of the way, you don't need to do what you would do on ladder in terms
Mhm.
of playing to a bunch of different possible outs. You can just say, I don't need Nerubians.
Mhm.
They're gone. They're too heavy.
Mhm. Yes. Okay. Let's see here. He also planned to ban Druid, but not all the time because as it's extremely favored versus Hunter and unfavored versus the other two decks. So yeah. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like I was saying. Like Druid just gets bodied by Warlock and Pirate Warrior. Mhm.
Yeah, the closest I guess it came for Tiger Eye was when Sunday had their Mechathune Druid, but just sort of
Mhm.
ran out of steam, and in the end,
Yeah.
Tiger Eye was able to power them down slowly but surely.
Just make a like force the Mecha thing to come out before he could OTK with it. hmm Like Druid used to be this you remember J Druid back in the day where it just pressed cast Spreading Plague and just beat up on Pyro Warrior and there was nothing the aggro could do about it.
Well, of course, but
It's
now
the other
Spire
way.
Warrior has the sustain, yeah.
Yeah, it's the other way around now, which just feels weird.
Mhm.
Like I've been playing forever, and I need to readjust my way of thinking sometimes because I keep remembering the old ways.
I mean, a lot of us are in that boat.
Yeah.
Lotus, were you going to say something?
Oh no, no. I was just laughing at what you were
Yeah.
all saying.
Good, good, good.
Yeah.
And I
Back in
mean,
my day.
I feel like this tournament is going to
Mhm,
be
mhm,
kind of representative of some of the stuff we'll see over the next few weeks and month, both in Conquest and in other tournaments.
mhm,
People are going to be really trying to figure out like power decks versus like everything else that exists out there. What is the most effective way to go forward? And I
mhm,
think, at least in terms of the early sample here, Tiger Eye has shown that obviously put some thought into what you might be targeting or trying to avoid. But these three power decks are pretty strong right now. And so whether it's even lock or Reno even, or some variation with tech in your Pirate Warrior and your Odd Hunter, you can make it work if you put your chips in the best basket.
All right. I think he has a very good point here. He thinks
Hmm.
the format's actually better or more diverse, as in there's more than one deck. But all decks
Yes.
right now currently play towards a turn 5 or 6 kill, which is making things
Yes.
much less viable. Like the
Right, whether
format's
it's the Battle
yeah.
Master or
Mhm.
yeah.
All
I
right,
mean,
I'm gonna
even
actually
with
look up
go ahead, go
my
ahead.
stats for like I was playing a certain amount of warlocks at High Legend. I kind of want to like share my stats against this because when I posted on Twitter for my climb, I was at 42% hunter and 35% warlock, and like that's like 25% everything else.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the numbers are going to be a little bit fluid over the coming weeks. I mean, obviously, there is a bit of a power gap in
Mhm.
the top tiers into the mid stuff, but I hesitate to say that the meta is solved. I think we're gonna see some continued adaptation.
Ooh. Okay, looks like I'm at 37% warlock
Oh my god.
and
Uh
20% hunters.
So I asked Tiger Eye Memnarch
Yeah.
what's next for them, and if they could get to number one legend as they sit right now very cozily in the top 10, and he
hmm
he believes that yeah he can get there as long as he doesn't get hard countered by too many druids. So you hear that, guys. If you want to get in there against Odd Hunter, find yourself a druid.
Mhm.
hmm
Also, an interesting point about Hero that I'm going to make here is someone who has played a ton of Hero in non-wild format. There's this really interesting
hmm
effect on Hero that's way more than in Legacy, where you mind game bans. Because
Yes.
of the way it goes, a lot of times you will mind game bans like crazy. And it makes Hero a bit harder, but it's also so fun. Like I've had players where we went to crazy levels of mind gaming bans, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah, I really do like that about Conquest.
hmm
It looks like Tiger Eye has a shout out for us. I'd like to shout out Seth for Christ, who is also currently really trying to make a push for number one. Tiger Eye says that Seth is a great THL teammate, a friend, and has been very significant in lineup prep with him. And so it's great to hear. And I know that there are a lot of people in the wild format who have had similar opinions, both of Tiger Eye and Seth. So it's just, you love to hear it.
hmm
hmm
Well, any
I
final thoughts, gentlemen?
I think this was a very good tournament. It showcased the power of the top 3 decks at the moment.
Yeah,
hmm
it's a bunch of good
yeah.
play too. Some very
Yeah.
very tense moments with Ignite Mage also.
Oh yeah.
I do want to especially thank Memnarch and the Rotted Zombie for just an amazing job casting. Casting with the two of you is a lot of fun. I was laughing hard a lot of the time. I just enjoyed it all around. I have zero complaints, so I learned a lot about Wild as well. I did not know you could die to Mage on turn 5 by drawing their whole deck.
Yeah.
Um,
It's there's still minions left in it. It's not the. It's just most of it.
Just
Fair.
most of the deck, all the fire
Yeah.
spells.
Yeah.
Fair. I do want to really thank you both for being here for Maniac Mondays. I want to thank everyone who played in the tournament. Can I read the list of participants? There's so many. I'm just going
Mhm.
to thank the final two, but feel thanked if you played in this tournament. So I want to give a special thanks to Shia Wasena, and super special thanks and a congratulations to Tiger Eye for winning this one. Also, a super special thanks for Desharmo for putting this together. That's a lot of work.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's like it went really well too.
oh yeah, this was a great tournament.
Mhm.
I want to thank all our viewers and Rotted and Memnarch. Any last words before we close our stream?
I would just say
No.
if people want to continue to get better at wild competitive Hearthstone, stick with THL. This is the
Mhm.
place. Memnarch, what do you think?
I
What do you
think
have to
so
say?
too. I think you just want if you just want to play in a format other than ladder, this is the place too.
Right?
Like sometimes ladder's ladder's not a place where you go right now just to like kick back and relax. It's like sometimes you get let's say you get queued up on Hunter and you just run to the Geist gamer and you're just really sad. Then you get Reno'd after Geist. Like that's been my experience a lot right now. Oh
Goodbye. Goodbye.
yeah. Oh my god. Mhm.
Fair.
Mhm.
Well, I believe that is it for us. We'll see you all later. Have a good night, everyone.
Take
Mhm.
care, friends.